What's going on, guys? What's going on, Texas Track? That is in the building. Today, we got a good show today, guys. We're going to talk some hurdles. We're going to talk some sprints. We're going to talk to the founder of HurdleNomics, Coach Devin Noel. We're going to bring him in here in a second. But, guys, before we do, want to give a shout out to my guys over there at Trackborn. If you're looking for equipment, if you're looking for apparel, if you're looking for anything dealing with track and field, holler at my guys over there at Trackborn. He'll definitely get you hooked up. All right. Let's bring in my guy here. What's going on, Coach? How you doing today?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just got back from regionals and
Yeah.
glad to be able to take some time to sit down with you.
I appreciate you coming on the show. Hey, like we was talking earlier. Hey, it's a stressful times for both of us right now.
It is. It is. Yes,
it,
sir. It
yeah,
is.
it's championship season, man. And hey, do you want to shout out some of your athletes before we get started on the show?
Oh man, yeah. I want to shout out the whole HurdleNomics crew, even the athletes that I just kind of help out from time and time. Of course, one of my seniors, DeAndre Johnson, who has had an amazing season. Um, and my younger kids too, Kelly, Megan, Teresa, everybody. I hope y'all tuning in and let's keep working.
Yeah, that's what's up. Hey guys, y'all can follow Coach on Instagram, Facebook. Go to that search bar. You can put in the HurdleNomics and then to pull it up and y'all just hit that like, follow button, whatever you need to do. We're gonna talk to Coach. Hey Coach, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Tell us what you do. What you got going on over there?
Man, well, Coach Noel, I'm out here in Humble, Texas, north of Houston, by way of Memphis, Tennessee. Born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. Uh, Went to Arkansas State University in Jonesboro, Arkansas, where I specialized in the 400 hurdles and the open 400. Moved down here to Houston and just wanted to take the opportunity to really help out kids from neighborhoods that like I came from and kids who just wanted to take their track career and their abilities to the next level. Found a few athletes and just been rolling with them. Of course, the brand is HurdleNomics. I do have some athletes who are not hurdlers, just because it's all about hurdle and speed training.
That's what's up. So you down there at H Town, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
you don't be tell your athletes go eat Frenchies and nothing after practice, do you?
You know what? If we see each other, we don't see each other. You know what I mean?
Man,
Um,
man, I had some Frenchies, because my friend was telling me about it. Hey, that's some good chicken. That's some good chicken.
oh yeah.
I was reading your bio,
Okay.
and I seen in there you put um, the law of hurling. So what is that? Explain that to me. What is that?
Well, the whole name Hurdlenomics just came from me just really sitting down and figured out what I wanted to do with my brand when it
Hmm.
came to hurdle training. I have been training a few hurdlers just under my name. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
um, I had the I had the privilege of I always say I get most of my hurdlers I get them from the mud,
Hmm.
meaning they've never touched a hurdle before or haven't had much training in it. And developing hurdlers that way is all about teaching them from ground zero. The law of hurdling, what it takes. When we think of law, it's very black and white, plain and simple, And that's the same thing way I wanted to approach hurdling. This is the way we do it. We follow these steps. We go through these transitions, and at the end of the process, at the end of it, we should have a good product.
This is one of my favorite questions I'm about to ask you. I asked Coach Dabbs when I had him on here.
Okay. Yeah, I
Um,
know Coach Dabs.
yeah, that's my guy right there. That
Oh
guy's
yeah.
amazing. Um, so, in your opinion, um, do you have to be a sprinter first before a hurdler, or a hurdler first, then you incorporate the speed training and all that?
I think it's the foundation of hurdling is speed. I tell all my hurdlers, we win the race on the track. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So if I can find a hurdler that already has that those good speed mechanics, good speed, good 100-meter time, 200-meter time, even 400 when I'm developing my longer hurdlers. If I
Mm-hmm.
can find somebody who already has the speed and the running part down pat, and all I have to do is teach you how to hurdle, then that makes my job easier and it makes your process easier. Now, that's not to say that if I have a hurdler who is not a top-notch sprinter, that's not to say they can't hurdle. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
I've dealt with hurdlers where they quickly caught on to the technique and fundamentals of hurdling,
Mm-hmm.
but we had to sprint. We had to figure out how to sprint with it and put it together. So in my opinion, it's a lot easier on both people to do it if you got someone who already has that speed. But anything is possible with the right athlete.
Man, a prime example of that, I know you know Simone Ballard.
I do. I just seen her go
Woo!
crazy
Ma-
in the
Oh,
300 hurdles, man.
oh man, I had a chance to see her down there at Texas Relays, and
Hmm.
man, she's a beast on the hurdles and the sprints.
She is.
I think I believe she won the TSU relays in
Right,
that.
broke
I
the
think
state
she won
record.
that 100, right?
Broke the state record in the 300 hurdles.
Yeah, the 300 hurdles, and I think she also won that 100 in the finals. I think.
I believe
Man,
so.
hey, man, guys, if you listen, if you can ever go watch Simone Ballard, hey, she gonna put on the show. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, and man, she has an amazing coach too.
Yeah,
And Coach Marlin, he's really done a very good job with her and all the other athletes that he coaches as well.
hey, Baylor straight winning right now, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where
I'm
she
I'm
going.
sure that I'm sure that coach sitting back and just watching right now. He did
You like,
his job.
ooh, yeah, really. So do you I had a show a while back where I was talking to Coach Wickard, Ryan, he's the author of Speed Compendium.
Mhm.
Um, and we talked about the sprinters DNA. Do you think
Okay.
it's a such thing, or do you think anybody can be developed into a sprinter, or
I
genetics got something to do with
I believe in genetics. I
it?
do. I do believe in genetics, but I don't think it's the end all be all. Uh, I have athletes who come from sprinter backgrounds and things just come easy to them.
Hmm.
And then I have athletes, one of my athletes now who just finished running in regionals, doesn't come from a track background at all, but he will outwork anybody that steps on the track. So
Hmm.
just a little ability with hard work can still get you far away if it's the right type of work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And as far as what I think, which really don't matter, I'm just Texas track that. But I do think genetics play a huge part of it, and to incorporate the training and experience coaching. That's how they pretty much excel, because you can have
Right.
good genetics, you can have bad technique too. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And when you start running against people with good technique, it can be a problem. I know a championship season. Um, so in these meets that's coming up, is it more important to PR in the meet or advance, get a medal, go to the next round? What you think, Coach?
So we're talking about championship season.
Yeah, just like regionals and everything that's going on right
Oh
now.
man, championship season, it's all about moving on. If I'm talking about my regular season, then my answer changes. My regular season, it's about PRing and competing against yourself and beating yourself in the regular season. And then the medals will come. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
right now in this championship season, if I don't PR, but I qualify for the next round, I can live with that opposed to PRing and I don't qualify because the name of the game is to move on.
Hmm. Hmm. And I got to agree with you. I
Yeah.
think. Um, because we're trying to get to doing school. We're trying to get to state. Then
Right.
summer we trying. We got JOs and everything else going on. But during the high school season, you got the area district and all those. Yeah, I think it's. Don't get me wrong. You run hard. You do what you
Of
got to do.
course.
But it's more important. You got to get there. You got to get to that next round.
Yeah.
When you get to that state, you know how it goes. Anything can happen there. You're exactly
Yeah.
right, Coach. I agree with you.
Yeah, we
I
all even as an athlete, we all have our droughts when it comes to PR. You get what I mean? You can't guarantee yourself a PR. You're
Yeah.
always going to shoot for that, but at the end
Mhm.
of the day, we're competitors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to compete, and I want to compete as long as I can. And if I can
Yeah.
get past the regional round, but I don't have a PR, I can live with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask you this, Coach. So, do you like when you coaching your kids, do like a little signal go off? This kid, he about to PR this next meet. He about to PR this next meet. Do you get a feel for that, or what
Yeah,
you think?
no, I do get a feel, and not even just from practice. Sometimes if and a lot of things I take from my own personal experiences.
Hmm.
If I get a kid where I know he or she has been working super hard at practice and doing everything they need to do, and we go to a track meet and they just bomb it, meaning it's just a bad race. I kind of know in the back of my mind some special coming. You
Yeah.
get what I mean?
Uh-huh.
For because obviously that's not something common to have a bad race for that person. So we just go backwards one day. I kind of have in the back of my mind, and I'm like, okay, we got a PR coming pretty soon. It can't be
Yeah.
bad for
Yeah.
long.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me ask you, what was your most surprising PR from one of your? I know we didn't. I didn't talk to you about this question, but what was your most surprising PR from one of your athletes?
Um, Man, definitely DeAndre Johnson. Man, and if you don't mind, I'm a brag on him a little
Go
bit, man.
ahead. Go ahead. Go
He
ahead.
uh he came to me his junior year of high school.
Uh huh.
He was a junior. He was running on the JV team.
Hmm.
We did a little work together towards the end of his season, and when he ended the season, he told me, he said, "Coach, I just don't want to lose anymore. Like I want to have fun. I want to enjoy the sport, but I want to be able to compete." And I told him, I said, "You work with me and you give me everything you got. I promise you, your senior season will be the best season you've ever had." And man, we from August 1st up until today, we've
Uh
been
huh.
at the track 4 times a week, every week, from August 1st of 2021 to today.
Uh huh.
Uh, this year, he ran a 1485 in the 110 hurdles. And like I said, there's some kids who are running a lot faster than that, and they've earned those times. But last year, he ran 1672. So he went from a 1672 to a 1485 in
Hmm.
1 year. He also PR'd in his 300 hurdles. Went from running 44.7 to
Hmm.
38.9 in the 300
Nice.
hurdles.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that's a kid that I'm forever proud of and bragging about, because he is a true example of what putting your head down and grinding would do for you.
I tell you what, Coach, it's all about progression. We always say you got to trust the process. It's not always gold medals from the beginning. They
Mhm.
got to work their way up. And they keep working, man. I'm telling you, it's anything could happen, and we need more coaches like you. There's a lot of good coaches out there, man, and they take those kids in and they build them up from the bottom all the way up.
Yeah,
And I just want to say thank you to all coaches that doing that. I mean, it's a lot of kids that need that, and they need that encouragement, man.
of
But I'm
course.
telling you, when he hit that big PR, you're gonna be the first one. He or she you're gonna be the first one they're gonna be running to. I'm telling
Oh
you.
yeah.
I'm telling you. So as far as high school, do you think it's more important to run faster your freshman and sophomore year or your later years like your junior and senior year?
I think both are equally important. personally, it's all about foundation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if
Yeah.
you know you want to run on that next level. Uh, Running fast your freshman and sophomore years is great to get on some of these coaches' radars and give them a chance to kind of build their board around you and have you as one of their athletes to look out for. But
Mm-hmm.
like I tell all my kids, the big word in track and field is consistency. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? These coaches, they love to see you running these fast times, a fast PR, but they want to see can he or she consistently hit these marks or hit somewhere around those marks because college
Mm-hmm.
season is a long season.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I like I said, I definitely think it's important to run early on, but
Mm-hmm.
running later, like running fast your junior senior year,
Mm-hmm.
can open some doors up for you. I see kids like that all the time now. There was a young
Mm-hmm.
lady today ran pretty fast, and I noticed she doesn't have a college home to go to. I text a friend of mine and said, "Hey, boom, boom, boom. How does it sound to you?" And he was like, "Oh, that's a great fit. Have her parents contact me today." You know, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just an any given day type of sport.
Yeah. That being consistent, man. That's the thing. So as a coach, what's a consistent range? Just say you got a 11.5 girl. Is a good range. 11 because she's not gonna go 11.5 every time.
Right.
Um, so 11.5 to like 11.9 or 11.8.
Yeah.
Would that
If
be? You
if
think
I
that's a good range?
in my personal opinion, if I'm looking at 11.5 girl and I want her to be consistent, I
Hmm.
want her to, if she can consistently hit sub 12, she's hitting sub 12s consistently. Every now and again, that 11.9 might pop up, but she's consistent around that 11.5 sub 12 time. I think
Uh huh.
that's a good range for her. I have a 200 runner,
Uh
uh,
huh.
Alayla Jones, and she's a
Uh huh.
junior, and she runs some pretty good times, and she's been primarily doing the 200 this year for her high school,
Is she
and
a senior coach?
she's a junior.
She's a junior. Okay, she's a
Yeah,
junior.
she's a
Okay. All
junior,
right.
and she's consistently hitting around. She's consistent around a 24/7, 25/0 type of
Okay.
range, you know.
Okay.
But she this is also a young lady who runs 57-1 in the 57-1 in the 400. She's ran 11.98 in the open 100 as well.
Okay. And for the coaches that's watching, if you want more information on some of these athletes he's mentioning, you can go on Instagram, go to Facebook, put in the HurdleNomics, and y'all can send him a direct message. If you can't find it, send me a message and I'll get it over to him.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
I got to plug my people.
hey, you got to. Hey, hey, that's why I'm here for. Hey, get that word out, all right? So do you think it's important for the trainers do you think it's important for the trainers to work? I want to say trainers and summer coaches because sometimes they go hand in hand. To work with the high school coach during a high school season or build some type of relationship. I just said they got an elite athlete at the high school. Do you think it's important for those two to have some type of relationship so they can know what's going on with the athlete?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that play into that. There should be some sense of being cordial and some sort of communication every now and again. Because a lot of times you get these, especially during the school season, the athletes, of course, they're going to practice at the school, but they may reach out to their private coach as far as just some detailed work and things of that nature.
Mhm.
It's up to it's to me it's the private coach's responsibility. So in this instance, it's my responsibility to that. What if an athlete comes out to me? The first thing I'm asking is, "What did you do at school today? What was y'all
Mhm.
practice at school?" So I'm not going against what they're doing. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
at the end of the day, sometimes you wanna try to avoid egos and things of that nature. but that happens sometimes. I just think the biggest thing is just a respect between both coaches. Because at the
Yeah,
end of the day, we all we're just trying to help the
yeah,
athletes.
yeah. And you made a good point. That's who it's all about. You know, it's about the athlete, and you know, I think you know, it's important. You know, because when that kid leave high school track, they go straight to summer track. You know,
Right.
and if someone done right, I'm pretty sure the summer coach go. They're gonna be pretty heated about it. In same way, you know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
they start high school track, if something ain't right with that lead, they gonna be asking questions. So
Of course. And there's just a at the end of the day, like I say, it's all about respect.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I have a coach who he has a very good program here in Humble, and he's the girls coach. He has
Uh-huh.
a very good program, and he's a good coach. And at his under his program, he believes in doing the double knee start for the 100, where they put both knees on the ground. Right.
Uh-huh.
I personally do not teach that method, but if
Uh-huh.
I get an athlete from that program, I know that's what he's doing. I'm not going to tell them no, don't do it that way. You get what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah, yeah.
It's my responsibility to respect what he does with his team and be able to adapt and be able to learn myself of okay, how do I still help this athlete doing a start that's a little different from the way that I teach it. So it's like I said,
Mm,
it all comes down to respect and just understanding the ultimate goal at the end of the day.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, I agree with you. That relationship has to definitely be there, you know. Win gauges. That's always a hot topic.
It
Shout out to
is.
my guy, Coach Wigger. Because you run a fast time, you gonna want to know if it's a win gauge there.
Right.
Um, not all track meets have them. Do you think it's important? What do you think win gauge should be needed?
I think it's important. Um, I understand that wind gauges is kind of similar to the FAT. Every
Yeah.
school isn't gonna have it at every meet. It's just one of the things that we can't get around.
Mhm.
But I do agree with the importance of them because these coaches, the coaches that I speak to in my network, they want to know, okay, yeah, they ran this fast time, but was it legal? You get what I mean? Because
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
end of the day, these coaches don't want to be catfished, man. And
yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. I get it.
but then again, that goes back to consistency.
Uh huh.
Because if you're running consistent times, we're gonna see it because you're gonna hit some legal wins.
Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think, like me personally, I think you need to have at least a couple meets, at least one meet with a win gauge before
Right.
you get to, you know, district and area and all that, you know, at
Yeah.
least one so they can at least see it, you know.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
need
yeah.
it'll humble you as an athlete. You know what I mean? Like you need to know that. But I see a
Mhm,
lot of these track meets, they're like here, they're having FAT at every meet now. You know what I mean? And
mhm.
it's a way to market the meet, it's a way to be competitive and even as a city to always be able to showcase what the athletes in your city are doing and what type of times they're running.
Uh-huh. But do you think that just like we kick it over to summer track?
Okay.
So we have all those beats before the association and everything else, you know, leading up to JOs. Do you think all those beats need to have fat clock, or what do you think?
Man, you're gonna get me in trouble.
I can't edit because it's live. So
Right. No, you know what? The
yeah,
thing about summer track is you have thousands of kids out there. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Um, I would be a fan to see how does it look if you only had the FAT for the older age group, so like
yeah,
13 and up at the
yeah,
regular meets. You get what I mean?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
we go to some of these track meets and for the primary kids, 8 and under, you might have 80 heats of
Yeah,
boys. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
all FAT times. And it's like, come on, man, they're 8, you know. And I know some people may may give me a bad look for that. And I understand, like I have some primary kids running and
Uh-huh.
it's competitive and it's fun to watch. But I'm just thinking as far as I know some parents who have opted out of summer track simply just because of the way the track meets are ran sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, that's summer track, man. It's brutal,
Man,
man.
it's not for the weak.
It'd be a lot going on it.
It's not for the weak, but it's so fun watching
Yeah, yeah.
these younger kids. And man, if you don't mind, I would like to
No,
shout
go ahead.
out
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Team Beast Mode, a team that I've helped out with, and I've been an assistant coach with for a little bit now. Amazing program. That's Coach Roderick Boyd and Coach Stephanie Merritt over there doing a great job with that team. And yeah, that's a young team. Watching them it's fun, man. They have so much passion and fight getting around the track.
Yeah. Man, hey, shout out to Beast Mode. Hey, y'all keep up a good work out there for sure.
Yeah, I think
Hey,
you.
what's their colors? Is it
So
green?
Beast, yeah, it's like the highlighter
I know
green
you're talking about. Yeah, I know
because
exactly
you.
who you're talking about.
I think you interviewed Caleb Murray, who won JOs last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he's one of Beast Modes.
Nice, nice, nice. Hey, Beast Mode, y'all keep it up. Y'all keep it up. Um, when should athletes focus on recruitment, and what advice can you give the athletes and the parents on recruitment?
I think athletes should always focus on recruiting because that just comes into thinking about your future.
Mhm.
So I think they should always have that on their mind. Have goals that you set for yourself that you know will help you when it's time to be heavily recruited and you can go on these visits and things like that.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I think my biggest advice to athletes on the recruiting process is to do your research. Do your research, look at these programs. If you're a hurdler, look to see what type of hurdlers that they're producing. What are the hurdlers in their program doing as far as times and championship season? Um, and also, athletes, man, I'll tell y'all, be selfish. When you go to college, it's 4 years, and it's 4 long years that go by quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so be selfish and know what you think is best for you and do that, regardless of what your coach may say, I may say. Be selfish, think about it, do your research, and make the best decision. Make the best decision for you. When you go on these visits, talk to the team, talk to the coaches, and just understand that this is going to be your new home for 4 years.
Mhm.
Um, my biggest advice to the parents would be to um, just understand that every big name school isn't the only school with a track team. You know, I know we want to go to the big SEC schools and uh, big D1 schools, but at the end of the day, if the goal is to run on a collegiate level and not be done with track after high school, be open minded.
Yep, yep. Hey, you're exactly right. I'm glad you brought that up too. Because when you ask a kid where they want to go, is Texas, LSU,
Mm-hmm.
A&M. It's you. You might not get that shot right off top.
Right.
You might have to go somewhere else, put in some more work.
Yeah.
Then you might be able to get in there.
Right.
But always keep your options. You got to keep them open.
Right.
You got to keep them open. Because there's some good coaches at these, D2
Of
schools, D3 schools.
course.
It's some good coaches there, and you're trying to get to the next level. Some coaches they can get you right. They can get you right. Um, you're really about to get in trouble for this question right here.
Oh, hit me. Hit me.
I might have to. Hey, I might get some emails tomorrow on this one. Uh, should elite should elite freshman sprinters and hurdlers be put on relays their freshman year at high school. On all relays. All right, that's it, folks. We out of here for the day.
Ooh. Man,
Should they be loaded up on relays and they your
look,
fastest kid on the team, coach?
look, man. Let me tell you this. So no, so I'm not from Texas, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm not from here. I didn't do my high school track here. Um, and Texas is a relay state, meaning relays are double the points.
Yeah.
So from a strategic, I want to win as a team standpoint, I understand coaches loading up on relays. I do.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't know many coaches that are recruiting people without any open times. And I know you just said a freshman, but I'm sure you know we get it from
Mm-hmm.
upperclassmen
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Uh-huh.
So I believe if a kid is fast enough and talented enough to hold their own on an open race, then they should be running their race. Now, I understand you may have juniors and seniors holding that spot, but track is it's a semi-individual sport. You know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, I think if I have I do have a son, not if I have a son. When my son gets
Yeah.
old enough to run track, and hopefully he does want to run track and hurdle.
Uh-huh.
If he goes into his freshman year and he comes in being able to run with the varsity hurdlers, I want him to hurdle. It's why you hiding him on just relays? Let him
Mm-hmm.
get his reps in, get his exposure.
Mm-hmm.
But from a coach trying to strictly win as a team and get a team championship, I understand your
Yeah,
logic.
yeah, yeah. And I'm with you on that because um the more big beats you win, and then you go to state, you win. Just say you win state, that brings more attention to school, which brings more athletes to the school. I definitely get it. You know, um, with some of those kids I be seeing on those relays, coach, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah,
But
I feel like it does that. Sometimes I feel like it does that kid a disservice.
yeah, yeah,
Like because you get on the relay. What if they're on this relay and the relay doesn't move on or doesn't
hmm
qualify? Because
yeah,
relays are dangerous. Anything can happen. You get
yeah,
what I mean?
hmm
But they could have been in their open race and qualified for the next
yeah,
round.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
scary.
yeah. That's a tough one right there. That's a tough one. What does it take to be a good hurler? Do you have to be flexible or coordinated, or what you think, Coach?
I think to be a good, excuse me, I think to be a good hurdler, it definitely takes skills and characteristics such as flexibility, good core. It takes speed. It takes someone who is not afraid to be aggressive. And I say that because, like I tell all my hurdlers, we're doing something that our mind does not agree with. If
Mm,
someone tells you right now to run into a wall fast as you can, when you get about 6 feet away from that wall, mentally and physically, you're going to start to slow down because you're bracing for that barrier.
yeah.
But as a hurdler, I'm asking you run as fast as you can, and when you get about 6 feet away, I want you to hurdle. So I always tell my athletes we can't hurdle with fear. So so it takes all that, and for just me as a coach, I definitely think it takes rhythm. I teach hurdling. I teach hurdling like it's a dance.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's how I teach it. I do a lot of rhythmic drills and just kind of getting a nice pattern and understanding the rhythm of hurdling. Because when you can hear your rhythm, that's kind of your internal clock of your speed and your pattern.
Mm, mm. Yeah, it's so when you say athlete, do you So you're at practice, you see some sprinters or whatever. Do you make the decision there? Hey, she's fast. She might be a good hurdler. Do you take that chance, or do you just, as she's a sprinter and sprinters, she's gonna be better at sprints? So
Mm-hmm.
my question is, how do you make that decision? You see what I'm saying? Because
Man,
it's a
I look at you. I look at you from the beginning of practice. I'm
uh-huh,
seeing who's having trouble stretching. You get what I mean?
uh-huh,
If you're having trouble stretching, I'm stretching. Then I'm like, okay, maybe hurdling won't be a good fit for you yet.
mm,
You get what I
okay,
mean? Because we
yeah,
do need to be flexible. We got to have coordination, things of that nature. Uh, if I see someone who's a really good sprinter, um, it kind of, it really just depends. A lot
just
of times I'm
depends.
looking for the athlete who's asking me to hurdle. You know
Gotcha,
what I mean? Because
gotcha.
it's something that you gotta want to do,
Uh-huh,
and you can't be afraid of getting off the ground. Especially for my young men, where when we get out of high school and we're hurdling 39, and I wasn't
uh-huh,
I wasn't a short hurdler, I was a long hurdler, so I did the 400 hurdles. But
uh-huh.
when you're hurdling 39 inches in high school and you get to college day one, you on 42s. Like you know, we're off the ground for a nice little second. So I'm looking for hurdlers who I'm looking for kids who want to hurdle, kids who have a nice speed background, good form,
Mm,
not tripping over their own feet. You know what I mean?
uh-huh.
And show some of those characteristics.
Um, so I don't know anything about hurdles, coach.
Okay.
But I do hear out there, at practice, I hear trail leg, I hear steps in between the hurdles.
Mm-hmm.
Um, go over some of that. What's a good trail leg? What's a good technique on the steps between the hurdles?
So when I teach hurdling, there's a lot of different concepts to it, right?
Uh-huh.
So as far as your legs are concerned, you have your lead leg and you have your trail leg. Of course, the lead leg is the first leg that's going to come over the hurdle, and the trail leg is literally the leg that trails behind you as you're going over.
Okay.
Uh, I always teach my lead leg to lead with your knee, right? A lot of athletes want to go up with their straight leg. I tell
Mm,
them now, you are begging for hamstring issues. The first thing
mm,
that should go up on my lead leg is my knee. I always teach a high and tight trail leg, meaning I want my trail leg to come high to my armpit. I
mhm.
wanted to get around, and I'm a type of coach where I make things as elementary as possible, right? So I
Uh-huh.
want to come high to my armpit. I want to get around to the front, so 12 o'clock. And once my knee is at 12 o'clock, I want to drop it down under my hips. For the 110 hurdles or the 100 hurdles, you want to take 3 steps in between the hurdles. I see
Okay.
a lot of and I've had the pleasure of the last 3 years to coach the middle school district champion in the 100 hurdles, and I see a lot of middle school coaches letting kids or just being okay with some kids taking 5 or 4 steps in between. From
Uh-huh.
from day one, you come to me, we are moving towards a 3 step because that's what it has to be. Um, the difference between 3 step, 4 step, 5 step, in a simple way, if you take odd number steps, meaning three, you're going
Uh-huh.
to stay on your same leg. If you take an even number of steps, four, it causes the hurdler to switch legs. We don't want to switch legs in the 110 hurdles. We want to stay on the same leg. So we take 3 steps.
Hmm. That's so, coach. I need you to get me ready for the Masters. You think you can do that? You think I be? I'm
Look, man,
joking.
look, hey, look, I do free consultations. Come on out.
You say no, man. No, no, you ain't ready. You ain't ready. Uh, let's see here. Where we at? So for the young athletes, just say the middle schoolers, like the eighth graders, what should they focus on? Well, let's say 7th to 8th graders, on sprints and hurdles. what should they be focusing on technique wise before their freshman year? What are some
Uh,
of the things?
you want to really focus on your drills. Drills are very important. I tell my athletes all the time, drills is just a very, very, very slow run. If I can't do it slow, I can't do it fast.
Mm,
If I'm doing something slow and it's not all together and it's not perfect, it's not gonna be perfect when I speed it up. You know what I mean?
mm,
Um, for my hurdlers, specifically, I would definitely say focus on hurdle drills. Get things together at a slow point and just focus on that craft and being as clean as possible. um, Hitting a hurdle is not always the end of the world. You get what I mean? But
yeah.
it makes life a lot easier when you can be clean over the hurdle, get everything where it needs to be, and understand that when you hit the hurdle, something went wrong, and just being
Mm,
able to get back to the root of that and being able to fix it. Because any hurdle coach will tell you, or any hurdler will tell you, we fix things in drills. If I have a hurdler and they have their timing is off on their lead arm, or
uh-huh.
their timing is off on their trail leg or anything like that, I immediately go back to a drill to help drill that in, and then we go back on the track to execute it. But drills are key.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey guys, for the young athletes that's listening, make sure y'all are focusing on those drills. When you have free time, you can go in the backyard, you can go in the front yard, wherever you need to go. You can do them in your bedroom, some of them.
Yeah,
Because once you hit that high school, it's another level.
it's it's deep, man. And the thing
It's another
is,
level, coach.
yeah, and the thing is from each level, right? So from middle school, when you leave eighth grade and you go into high school, for most athletes, now you have those few incoming freshmen that come in and they just ready to roll, right? But for most athletes, the change of pace is just different. And
Yeah,
it's like, oh my God, what's going on? It can be a
mm,
culture shock. And
yeah,
even when you get to college, the
yeah,
change of pace is different. You may outside of Texas, where I believe there's some of the best athletes ever, in my opinion. And I'm not from here, so don't be mad at me, all my people from Memphis, Tennessee. I know we got some dogs too, but man, these athletes here in Texas, they're amazing. But you can go to college and it's a whole nother pace from what you
yeah,
just did in high school, you know.
yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah,
tell everybody, um, especially hurdlers, go on my page. Of course, now during championship season and in season, a lot of my stuff is result based. So I'm always posting what my athletes are doing. But during the off season, August, all that, I put tons of drills on my page. And I'm not against anybody asking me how I set the drill up, or how do I how do I coach that drill, or the cues to it. Ask, DM me, send me a message. I'll help you any way I can.
yeah. No, hey, coach, when you start putting those drills out or whatever, just tag me too, and I
Yeah.
share it. I get it out, and y'all holler at coach if y'all have questions about what he has going on. Um, what's your feeling on cross country for hurdlers and sprinters?
All right. So I am a product of cross country.
Yeah,
But
nice.
I was a strength runner, meaning I was a 400, 300 hurdle, 800 guy, right?
Uh-huh.
I could run a good 800. I could also go down and run a nice 200 too. But where I'm from, I didn't play football. So I ran track in the preseason for track. I did my private training and I ran cross country just to get in shape. Now being on the coaching side of it, I I don't think cross country is necessary for all athletes, just because you have these summer coaches or private hurdle trainers like myself, where we take you all through August. I
Yeah,
go to
fall
4 or 5,
training.
yeah, fall
Yeah,
training. I go to
yeah.
4 or 5 indoor meets, and we're actually working on our craft. Now, for some kids, cross country helps, but I don't think it's as necessary as it may have been when I was coming up.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't like I said, my opinion don't matter. Let me just put that. I'm not a coach. I'm taking that down. I'm not a coach. Um, but yeah, I think like the sprinters and hurdlers and it'd be some good training in fall.
Yeah,
That's when you get stronger. That's when you get a lot faster.
right.
I have seen some sprinters run cross country and then still come back. And they still where they need to be.
Yeah,
So
different strokes for different folks.
exactly, and another thing, it depends on the kid. It depends on the kid as well. What do you think it? Because every probably about 98% of the track field kids they want to be an Olympian. They want to go to
Right.
the Olympics. That's what they saying. Um, what do it take? What do you think it takes to be an Olympian?
Man, I saw that question. So hey, I've never been an Olympian. I tried my hardest, but it
Yeah,
wasn't for me. At some point, I hit my numbers. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Um, but I have some teammates that I ran track with in college who uh, I have one who actually did run in the Olympics for the Philippines, and
Uh-huh.
I have a few old teammates who ran very high in the pro circuit. And I think it takes hard work. It
Yeah,
takes a lot of skill, a lot of talent, a lot of hard work. It takes not wanting to take no for an answer, because as we all know, as track athletes, you have those spells of why am I not running as fast as I usually been? You
yeah,
get what I mean?
yeah,
You just have to be able to get through that. Being mentally strong, physically strong. I'm a person that believes luck does play a role in anything that we do. Everybody
yeah,
needs a little luck. Nothing wrong
yeah,
with that. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Uh, but more than anything, it just takes somebody who has that skill, and not only do they have their skill, but they have the willpower and work ethic to match.
yeah, yeah, and like that being Olympian is kind of almost like going to the NFL, going to
Yeah.
the NFL or going to the NBA. It's rare,
Mm-hmm.
and when I bring athletes on the show, I always tell them that that's why it's important you get into a good school that has good academics, so you can get your degree. Just in case it don't work out, you still have that degree. And I also tell them a lot of because I know some pro athletes. A lot of these pro athletes they got full time jobs. They go practice after work. If you
Right.
talking about
Track
tired,
is
they be
Yeah,
tired.
especially in track.
Yeah, they be tired. They go to work, they go to practice, and some of them coaching. Some of them coaching too. Then they have to go coach.
Right.
So it's tough, but it can be achievable. But you need to also make sure you have a backup plan with your academic, with your career, just so you can know what you're doing. Just don't pick any college to go to. Make sure the academics match the athletic program
Right.
on what you want to be. But hey, you can do it though. You can
Yeah.
anything's possible with hard work, coach.
Yes,
Anything is
sir.
possible. Uh, Coach, give them your social media handles, and if you need to shout out anybody else, go ahead. It's all yours.
Perfect. Man, I'm on Instagram and Facebook at HurdleNomics, HurdleNomics. Both that's the same on Instagram and Facebook. I want to shout out everyone who has supported my brand. Um, Coming up from me just having one athlete to now I have about 12 to 15 athletes under my brand. I just want to thank everyone who supported me. All of my athletes. I'm not going to try to say all 15 of y'all names because I'm going to miss somebody and y'all going to be on my head at practice. But I want all y'all to just know, just keep working, keep grinding hard. I've grinded to get to where I am, and I know you're going to keep grinding as well.
Hey, Coach, that's some good stuff. Like I say, anytime you want to come on the show, you want to talk track, just hit me up.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
get back. We'll get back at it. I definitely enjoyed you on the show. Um, hey guys, like Coach said, hey, y'all go follow him on Instagram. Y'all go follow him on Facebook. You have any questions about hurdlers, or if you need, are you taking any new athletes right now, or?
Yeah. Yeah, I am currently open to new athletes, especially for my fall program. My fall program starts in August. The way that program goes is from August all the way up until your high school track starts. We start from the very beginning. I don't care how good the athlete is. We start from the basics and we just clean everything up. We work on our rhythm. We work on patterns. Uh, and then we do about 4 indoor meets each year. We went to Texas A&M this year. I had a few athletes go down to Texas Tech. We did U of H this upcoming season. I'm looking forward to going to University of Nebraska and University of Arkansas.
I tell you what, I went down to that Texas Tech indoor track. Is
It's
ooh,
nice.
it's nice. Yeah, it is nice. Hey guys, there you have it. Y'all can go follow me on. Wait, first thing you need to do is go to YouTube and smash that subscribe button. You can also follow me there. Then go to Facebook, go to Instagram, go to Twitter. Also follow me there, guys. Hey, coaches, trainers, you want to come on the show? Just drop me a message. I'll get back with you. You got athletes you want to get on here? Just send me a message. All right. We're going to get out of here. Coach Noel, thank you once again for coming on the show.
Yes, sir.
And
Thanks for having me.
hey, good luck to your athletes too. All right, good
Yes,
luck
sir.
to good luck to all your athletes. Hey guys, thanks for watching the show. We'll catch you later. Take track that out. Peace.
See